Hello and good day to you, my friend. So a little bit earlier I went through on the Dragon Board event and I spent enough currency to finally unlock the breeding token for the PIXIE DOT dragon. And this breeding token does last for 7 days, but after that it will disappear and it would basically have been pointless to buy the leafstone shrine if you can't get it. So I did obviously want to take a look at what the best breeding combinations were going to be for this dragon for, myself, and also anyone else that has basically just unlocked this token and wants to know how to actually breed Pixie Dot with the best combinations. So, coming back to our game, there's actually a really good combination for this which was used for the previous dragon of the month, and it's actually Fire and Jade. Because we just got Jade in the Dragon Board bingos not that long ago. And luckily for us, if we use this combo, there's only 4 possible outcomes, and they have really, really low breeding times, because it's Smoke, War, Bee, and Pixie Dot. The only problematic one really is War, but that's manageable. And if we take a look at these on DML Planner, again, the odds look super, super high with this combination. If you somehow didn't manage to get Jade, there are pieces for it in the Walmart, but you could also use Plant plus Bludgeon, which has 4 possible outcomes, which isn't too terrible. Or if not that, there's also the Metal plus Kangaroo, or any dragon with those elements, which is 5. So it starts creeping up, and then Wind plus Beetle is technically the worst one we could use here, which gives us 6. And I do use a single element dragon with a 3 element dragon for a reason, because on average that will give us the shortest breeding times and it won't duplicate any elements. So that's why usually with breeding that's the best way to go. But of course, if we are going to try and breed Pixie Dot right now, I will be activating our double egg relic. And if you do have 2 open breeding dens, you can always try in both breeding dens for the breed. But I guess we go. And there you go, attempt number 1. And that was the extra egg, so thank you double egg relic for that. So, simple as that. 1 breed, Pixie Dot is now ours, so that breeding token has already come in handy. I guess we could also breed more Pixie Dots if we really wanted to, but I think that's probably a bit of a waste. The only problem is obviously this is still during the Dragon Board event last minutes basically, so might end up taking up your breeding den. And another dragon that I actually want to breed come next week is the Pink Bloom dragon, because I managed to get Blue Bloom but I never got Pink Bloom, and the combination for that next week is going to be UV plus Ice, because Pink Bloom's actually coming as the dragon of the week. So we've got about a 5% chance of breeding Pink Bloom with this combo, so I'm going to be doing that in our second breeding den. And this was all gone through in the weekly schedule. Luckily there's not too much going on next week because it has just been event crazy recently. But basically what's coming, there's a blitz breeding for the Blue Bloom dragon using the Pink Bloom and Gentle. Gentle is in the dungeon, and you can also get Envy in the dungeon. And apart from that, there's not really much else going on. There's clan stuff, gem spending, Enchanted Trinket, but not a whole lot else. But I do believe that we also have the catch-up dungeon, which we do, March 8th to the 15th. So you'll be able to get pieces for all of the other Origin of Plant dragons, including Yoskar. So if you are missing any of the other chest dragons and any other dragons, there is a catch-up dungeon, which is different to the existing dungeon, because instead of us just getting tickets, we can actually get dragon pieces. So if you are super desperate, there is 1 more week for you, but, considering I'm done with Yoskar, that means a free week for me. But in terms of the actual Dragon Board itself, I am now on chapter 21, which means that after another 19 doubles are done, that is going to be Johan and Ox and Farosk. Assuming we hatch them all within time limits, which if we didn't, I don't know what we'd be doing. But if I could somehow manage to get all of these doubles without having to spend any gems, that would be fantastic. I obviously don't know if that's going to happen, because it's all based on your doubles roll luck. Although earlier, I think out of 4,000 currency, I think I got 10 or 12 doubles. That was pretty good. I don't even know how that's possible, but obviously if you're getting currency back and you get enough of it back and keep spending, you can end up with a lot of extra doubles completely for free. So I'm still trying to keep a tiny bit of leftover currency, like not a lot at all, but just to be able to do the extra 6 quests. But aside from that, our doubles have been going up substantially. And that is indeed because, you know, we're not re-rolling anymore. We don't need to re-roll, so every single 200 is just with the hope of getting another double. And when you get to that point, the doubles do go up very quickly. And this is why I've said before, if it's looking pretty much impossible that you're going to get Pune win, sometimes for some people it's actually a better option to just try and go and do this from earlier on. Just go for the rerolls, don't worry about anything else. Obviously if you wanted both, that's not really doable, but if you did just want to have Yolhan and then quit with the event, that was a possibility for you. But I don't think we're going to get many more rerolls here. I'll do one more roll of dice, and then after that I am probably going to give up for now. So yes, we'll get these 2 purples and that will do us. So I guess we're going to get to the 309,000 mark, and that's probably going to be where we're, well, just over that is probably going to be where we finish with this event. I don't think we're going to get the habitat extender, but this is pretty average for an ancient event. This is about where we'd expect to hit. Just about get the breeding token dragon and then maybe the next milestone, because we have the shrine, and then after that all of these are basically the pay only branches. So that's how the event's been going. We will be getting Yolhan soon, whether that is completely without having to gem through or not, we'll be getting it. Because even if I don't manage to get all of those remaining doubles, we will still be getting Yolhan, because, you know, how many gems do I have right now? 1,135. So, you know, we've got a lot of gems to use, we've got a lot of gems to spare, and we do also have Whalemart if we wanted to buy a... Oh, you know what, screw it, I'm going to buy another one, because I bought one, and I got 2 rares, and it was Subdue and Reverb, and this one, I got no rares. There we go. And that's how useless buying premium sigil chests is sometimes, but, you know, you should expect that opening them up. The chances are actually against you for getting rares, so you should mainly expect the greens. Not saying it doesn't feel like garbage every time it happens, but that is the way of the chests. That's the way of RNG loot boxes. Sometimes you'll get everything you want, sometimes you'll get absolutely diddly squat. So, you know, if it just wants to keep giving me rare rebirths, there's not a lot I can do about it. You know, some rare acceptances would be fantastic, but no, the game just does not want to give. The game is not very forgiving to us this time, but again, we'll keep getting the bonus points for the dragon board, and at the very last possible moment, we will go ahead and gem through for Yolhan if we need to. Well, I say gem through for Yolhan, I mean gem through for Ox, and then all that we have to do is hatch Ox. But I'm really happy that we've also got another new legendary. If I hadn't have been able to buy the pixiedot token, or if I hadn't have gotten that in the bundle, I probably wouldn't have bought the leafstone shrine. But pixiedot for me is the only remaining dragon of the month on this Windows account that I don't have, I believe. Which does mean that there should be every single dragon of the month on my account now. That feels pretty good. Finally, because again, the original way that I got pixiedot was on my other account, and that's how I made all the breeding guides and everything about her on my Android account from years ago. But she finally returned, and we finally got her. I'm sure some of the old dragons of the month will return over time again, but in lots of different ways, obviously. Like, some of them come back in breeding blitz, some of them come back in events like this as breeding tokens, and some events you won't want to buy the extra like shrines and ways of getting the tokens because you already have them. But like in my case, it was a decent investment because I didn't have it yet. Do we have enough for an epic acceptance or anything yet? I'm going to check my sigils real quick. What do we have? 5 rebirths. You know what that means? That means that we are going to be able to have an epic rebirth, which I'm not going to buy, and 5 subdues, only 1 acceptance and 1 wonder. So we've gotten to this point again where we just have so many of everything else, only 5 uncommon acceptances. How sad is that? We got 8 wonders, which isn't bad, but it always gives us so many of these subdues and rebirths, and they're not even worth upgrading, because you've got to remember that if you do go to fuse, it's 2,000 each, which is a lot. It takes a lot of saving up for that, which is why I'm not going to do it. Why you have to do is like this game. You gotta do it so bad, don't you? Actually, should we try and breed a pixie dot in the second breeding den as well while we're here? Should we do it? And what was the second combo that we were going to use? Because obviously this is the best one. For the second best is plant plus bludgeon. Should we try our luck? There's actually no gain to this. And if anything, it's just going to fill up my breeding den. But should I do it anyway? Should I do it anyway for the fun? Let's try and breed, just for the fun of it. There we go. 2 pixie dots. Should I even take this? This sounds like a stupid idea. Sounds like oh, I'm gonna do it anyway. Who cares? Who cares? I was just talking about getting extra event currency and I'm like, oh, 2 pixie dots, let's do it. You see, this is the definition of don't do what I do, do what I say. But anyway, you know, 2 pixie dots in 2 tries. That's what it's like when you got double egg relics running, which is why if there's a dragon that you really want, you should save it for those times. In particular, don't use double egg relics on regular breeding. Like, you know, we've got all of the regular codex breedables and shop dragons. You shouldn't be using the double egg relics on these sorts of dragons, really. I do recommend you save them for Dragon of the Week, Dragon of the Month, and any special dragons like this one that come out. You can even breed 2 of them if you want to. Obviously, you know, it's not going to happen like that for everyone every time, but it does definitely help your odds because it takes an egg out of the breeding pool. So, anyway, that's been an oddly successful set of breeding for us today. I do wish you the best of luck with all of your continued event progress and opening up, and even if not this week, we've still got that catch-up dungeon, so I wish you the best of luck going into next week as well.